Cheers, guys. This is the second episode of the incredibly famous YouTube channel Full Contact Karate, and of course Coffe. If you wanna watch more content like this video or the first one, please subscribe to the channel, and a thumbs up on the video will go a long way. And also, if you want to interact with Stefan or myself, don't be afraid to use the comment section below on the video. And now over to Stefan.
Hello guys and girls. Yeah. As Svein mentioned here, this is the second chapter or episode, or what do you would like to call it. Last time I was by myself, and I mentioned that I will have a guest. And Svein, one of my training colleagues for many years, joined me in the channel. This is really cool for me. As I mentioned last time, he was the person that kicked my butt to come into the internet and made me begin to write and have the Full Contact website Haukis, and that was 2007. So we have some years, and I'm also not only a sparring partner in the dojo, but also when it comes to the technical aspect, and of course how to write and all about that. But Svein do also have a long history in Kyokushin karate, but the best thing is that he will tell you by himself.
And I will do that right now. Cheers, guys. And girls, of course, and women, and everybody else that's watching. My intro to karate started really early. I was the 8 and 10-year-old that had access to a video machine, a VCR, and I watched a lot of movies like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan. Huge inspiration for me and my path into karate and Kyokushin. And the first time I visited the Ringerike dojo was in 1992, and it was totally crazy. I was like 14, 15, 16 years old, and we didn't have like a youth training or anything, so it was with the big guys, the grown-ups, and you did get a pretty good beating back in the day. I remember one thing very particularly, and that was the trainer Amar, that I had a huge pleasure of training under. May he rest in peace. Me and Kenneth, a friend of mine, came to the training, and it was early. We had to take the bus, and he was in the dojo warming up, and he was kicking in the concrete wall with his toes straight out, and like I get the chills. This is so emotional for me, and that was the standard. So I think the whole thing exploded for me in 1996, where Stefan had taken over as the main trainer, and Amar had moved to another part of the country, where there had been a small change in training partners. Not huge guys on 100 kilos and 2 meters high. more also people on our size. And I'm not maybe the smallest guy myself. I'm in heavyweight, and never been under. Wasn't born this way, but hey, you catch my drift. So I started, and I caught the bug really in 1996, and I have had the bug since. Really been out for a few years now from really training, because I had an extensive shoulder surgery this summer for fixing up some old fun. That's been kept me on the sideline for about 4 years now. I think about 4 years. Been training a lot of stuff. Been into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is additional to Kyokushin, not something that has been instead of. This is important. Kyokushin has always been the base and always been my bread and butter, so to say. But it was to get inspiration. Also worked as a bouncer back then, both me and Stefan, and it was to be safe and to do our job safe, and also get training inspiration, new drills, different ways to train, and different things to watch when I was coaching other, different perspective of things. So it was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, submission wrestling, kickboxing, also some basic boxing. Been into never done any fights in MMA, but training a little bit into that kind of environment as well. Had the enormous pleasure of becoming known with the Norwegian Vikings in MMA. Thomas Hytten, Ståle Nyang, John Olav Einemo, that you know from Pride, and Joachim Hansen, that's been in a lot of different organizations, and he was back in the day ranked as top 10 in weight, pound for pound, best fighter in MMA. And I get the chills again, because this is incredible guys. That's given me a lot of inspiration on how to train, how to take care of myself, and what kind of person you want to be. And this one is also a big inspiration there on how I want to be as a coach, a trainer. I'm dropping straight on that I've been a trainer as well. I have had the pleasure of standing on the line as a trainer with a white belt. Pretty crazy, but that's because of all the inspiration, all the environment, the different fighting styles, the different things you have done in life, that makes you understand what's happening to people when you're training them. Been so lucky that I became like one of the coaches, head coaches, around on different venues like British Open, Swiss Open, Danish Open, Dutch Open, a lot of open venues, also here in Norway, and had my incredible pleasure of being Stefan's coach as well when he was actively fighting. This is something that you don't you put someone as a coach during when you're going tournaments. You have to pick one you trust, one that's looking out for your best, and one that understands you and know what pushes to butt, what to not push is even more important. And this has been extremely privileged. It's been an honor, and also went to Japan in 2011. We were going to watch the World Tournament, and I did also get married there to my wife, still is. I met her in the Ringerike dojo. She's one of the trainers there, and also was one of the trainers when I joined. Same interests, like a feeling for what's important for me and my feeling for what's important for her to get things working. It's just incredible and very important. Back to Japan. I got married. I also had this enormous pleasure, and this is maybe the closest thing I've been to church. I'm not a religious guy, not at all. I will not say quite contrary, but hey, you got your own beliefs. But we managed via a friend of ours that trained in Oslo then, and he also came and visited us here at the Ringerike dojo. Ronny, who had somehow made a connection with Niklas Pettas. If you haven't heard of him, you should check out his highlights on YouTube. He'd done a lot of K1 fights. He's one of the students that trained under Masuyama. And this was very special. In 2011, we came down. We came to the dojo, and there was other people there watching the dojo, taking pictures and stuff. And some went into the dojo. They was thrown out. They had nothing to do there. From Niklas Pettas threw them out. It was us, a few guys from Norway, and I think it was some Bulgarian or I'm not sure, but it was a handful of other people, 5 to 6 other people, who was training in the dojo at the same time. Where Niklas Pettas had, he wanted to run a training session like they did in the old days. You started warming up. It was basic. It was like very classically, what do you say? Classically split up the training with warming up, basic, kata, fight, warming down. I'm pretty bad at basic and even worse on kata. I do really suck, but hey, I like to fight. That's my forte. Not half bad as a fighter in like a regional level. I've been around, and he was like grunting at me. He didn't like what he see from my basic and kata experience level. My level. It was. I think he wanted to rip off my belt and give me a white one. But when we came to the fighting part, and this was so cool, he tapped my shoulder a couple of times and gave me a nod that acknowledged my skills in fighting. This was so huge. It was a religious experience. If you're not into, there might be people watching this video that's not into karate, but if you have something that you really burns for, like something that's really your fire, I'm getting emotional now. It's something that's really important to you, and you experience that. You reach the highest thing you can ever dream about. That was my experience in that dojo, where Masuyama had trainings where Niklas Pettas had the training, that's been trained with or under Masoyama. And the last thing we did on this training was to cleaning the floor. And that's the way he set up the training. It was really an experience, and he was a really nice guy, but also a really firm guy in his convictions on how he wanted this to be. There was no photos. There was not like a photo session or a photo opportunity or a selfie or anything like that. That was not the focus. The focus was the training, the experience of training in the dojo, the experience of training like they used to do. And it's like, I have kids, I have 2 kids, and if you go to a show they are performing or something, when the parents are standing with their cameras and filming the whole thing, don't do that. Take a picture, put it back in your pocket and experience it. Take it in. And that's what this thing was about, to take in and experience the moment, the feeling of being there. That was just incredible. Well, I think that's covers the Japan trip. Do you want to put in anything, Stefan?
No, I really enjoyed hearing about it. I knew that you have been training there, but I didn't know the details actually. I was in Japan at the same time, of course, coming to wedding as well. But I was also quite busy with the world tournament, so I didn't. I was not in the dojo with Niklas Pettas, and I didn't experience this. So, very interesting that how the trainings are put together in Japan, because my own experience. I'm not the guy in the world training most in Japan, but the spectrum is quite wide. From or you mention it like this is a photo camp and something like that, and in the other end you are just a grey one in the group, and you will be corrected, you will be trained, not just attend. So I really enjoyed to hear about the pure teaching from Niklas Pettas and the real deal there. So, but you forgot to mention that both your kids are also training karate.
Yes, of course.
So the whole family. So
it's like they are obligated to, but they do enjoy it as well. Both my kids, I have a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old, and the 14-year-old is now on my size, and he kicks like hours.
I have to put in. I don't know where he gets it from, but he tend to like the fighting more. I just mention it.
Just coincidence.
Of course it is.
Of course, it's important to me not to take away the experience of the wedding as well. That I married my wife
in the
gi.
Yeah.
Yes, we both have our karate suits. For you that don't understand what a gi is. She had like a gi with a tiara on top. That was her. That was her like dressing up for the marriage, and the whole experience, the whole thing. It's like I have 2 things in my life that I'm really not sure if it's possible to explain or give you the sense of how it was. I'm trying now, but it was one long weekend in Kenya. I was going there from Thursday and back on Monday, watching lions, and it's really exotic, and it was totally incredible. And it's my trip to Japan with the wedding and this religious experience of training in the dojo. It's really hard to explain how important this has been, and it's like shaped me as a person. But that's what experiences does. It shapes you as a person.
I think it's a really good point what we try to share now. We see now, we begin already back for some time with the promotion through the internet, and we see that the pictures and the trophies are more valuable than the experiences, and that is the wrong way to go from my point of view.
Yes.
And you're all only searching for the trophies, the higher grades, or something material. And but when you have some experience, like I can see he's emotional now, and this is as you said, it does something really deep inside you. You get a good positive vibe, and you will fight for that value as well. So but unfortunately we are fighting quite massive, call it massive attack from internet. It's positive to share things, but we can see the hunt for trophies, for grades, for the pictures, and we also have the term now selfie camps. Never heard of it before, but the schedule of these camps, when you see the schedule and go through the schedule of the day, the time for training is not actually so much, but photo sessions, filming with a drone and something like that. And we have lost something on the way, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So this is really cool to try to get a bigger focus on the values, and everybody say it, but we can see it's harder and harder to really come across people that are fully pure with the values. So it's a deeper meaning.
Yeah, I want to end this video by saying, do you really need another picture on your phone? Do you really need well, think of this. You have trophies and stuff. You can watch them and you can remember. But do you really need it to remember? Do you really need the pictures to remember? Or can you just take the feelings and from your mind and remember? If you really need something to remember, you have Alzheimer or something, of course, get the stuff you need to remember and cherish them, but cherish the memories, not the trophies, not the pictures. Cherish the memories, and that's what I want to close this episode with. So until next time, stay safe, take care of each other, and thank you for watching this video on this YouTube channel, and thank you for letting me in, Stefan. It's been my pleasure, and see you next time.